Holy, this is solid bourbon. Hot, hot, hot. I've never tasted anything like that in my life.
Anyone who's worried we're not going to get enough chili in there, don't be worried. Anyone who's worried we're not getting enough saltiness of the kelp in there, again, don't be worried so much.
Which, of course, makes me very worried.
I love it, but I'm a little bit insane. Wow, please, taste. No, you. Hot, hot, hot.
Cheers. That's impactful. And you know what's odd about it? I like it.
Let's taste it.
Probably one of the spiciest beers that I've ever tried.
Today, you're going to let me taste maple syrup, but bourbon barrel
Bourbon
aged.
barrel maple syrup.
Oh, the smell of bourbon coming off that is incredible. Stephen, quite honestly, the best day of my life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Holy, this is solid bourbon.
Yes, it is.
Wow. It's like taking your favorite maple syrup, splashing it with bourbon, and then ramming it into your mouth.
Here, that's a 3-year-old lambic. Lambic is really the missing link between beer, wine, and cider.
It's so beautiful, the sweetness in the front of your palate. You're getting the caramel, the toffee, some of the toasted oak in there.
It's very, very complex, very complex. My father is there with a very old goose.
How's your father?
That's my father. For special people, we open special bottles. This bottle is the typical goose bottle used in the 60s and in the 70s. Such a beer can age for a while. You can keep it for 20, 30 years without any problem.
This beer is actually older than me. Seems to have a lot more of the toasty character, but still underneath that, you're getting all the citrus, the apple, the pear, the Brettanomyces. It ages beautifully. I've drunk a lot of special beers in a lot of special places, but to drink these lambics to yourself and your father here in Cancelon, I think it's the best beer experience I've ever had.
The magic world of lambic.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Just before it starts to boil, we should maybe taste it. Careful, it's quite hot.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Prost.
Cheers.
It's hot. Very hot.
I thought it had cooled down in my glass.
You can see it boiling. That would be one of the telltale signs that it's hot.
Greg thought that because it's so anti-Reinheitsgebot, it would be different to normal boiling wort and probably wouldn't be as hot.
Exactly.
So, Greg, what do you think the wort tastes like?
It's actually oddly kind of tasty.
I think the cucumber water's worked really well. You know, it's quite balanced. There's a little hint of green in there, a bit of snow pea or asparagus, but not overwhelming. And then you've got the malts really starting to shine through.
The interesting thing about the cucumbers in here as well, it's also going to give us some fermentable sugar, and it's going to be interesting to see how that flavour changes during the fermentation.
And I guess the amount of nutritious goodness that 408 cucumbers condensed into here has done, this is probably going to be the healthiest beer ever made.
Who would have thought smashing the Reinheitsgebot to pieces in such an unconventional way would taste this good?
Me, I was there all along. I knew it was going to work.
What did you think of it?
Smelled a bit like pickles in the beginning.
The first sip was a bit of a punch in the face because of the sour.
It's like, what am I drinking? But then after a few sips, it's like, yeah, it's actually pretty nice.
There's so much different flavors in it, like this cucumber.
Something very unusual that I've never definitely tasted, but refreshing and yeah, really nice.
I love it. I really do. It has that sourness, and I love sour beers.
So we're going to taste the chicken and then taste the beer.
Yeah, mercy.
Cheers.
Okay.
And this is medium.
That packs a punch, wow.
Yes, it does.
But the chicken is beautiful. So how many years is it since you last tasted beer?
It's been since I was a teenager, and I'm almost 70 years old.
I would have said if when you was a teenager, it must have been 25 years ago or something.
Oh, keep on talking.
So we're going to taste a little bit of the beer that's made right here in Tennessee by Yazoo.
Cheers.
So this should be the perfect beer for spicy foods. It should soothe your palate after the intense heat.
The beer is good.
Would you like a little bit more?
You're gonna cause me to get a DUI on the way home tonight.
Be careful.
Big Mama's sitting down. Carry on.
To the hottest chicken in all of Nashville. Oh no. Oh no, no. It's hard to explain what's actually happening inside my mouth. Oh. Oh. How close is your nearest hospital? We might need to take him.
Drink something, hurry up.
Oh my goodness. And what do you think the beer's doing to this insanely hot chicken?
Very little.
Oh.
I don't know why I let y'all talk me into this.
I don't know why you let us do this either.
I think what we learned today is the medium heat is fine.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, huh? Smooth. Surprisingly smooth.
So much vanilla in there.
And then you start to pick up all these unrefined sugar characters coming into the rum.
Let's get this a little splash in here, huh?
Should we stand back?
Nah, maybe in a bit we could stand back. Now might be the time. Perfect.
So the flames are just going to toast and caramelize the sugars even more.
Even more,
burn
exactly.
them into the banana.
Exactly. We'll do a little jiggle here. Careful with your hair, bro. You don't want to go bald.
He's done this before.
Now they've cooked down a little bit. Yeah, you want to give them a taste?
Incredible. Start coating your mouth with beautiful caramel. That hint of rum in it as well. And then you bite into the plantain. It's almost like putting a cotton wool bud in your mouth and it just strips all the moisture out.
Completely out.
It's amazing.
I think it's taking the enamel off my teeth. This is pharmaceutical grade caffeine. 2 grams, about that much, could kill a human. 4.5 grams could kill Darth Vader. And the whole bag could kill King Kong.
Wow.
Nobody said making the world's most caffeinated beer would be easy. Did anyone say that?
No one said that.
No one said that.
No.
So let's be super careful with this, guys.
Okay, so what does it taste like?
Just a tiny, tiny bit in the tip of my finger.
No, it's kind of bitter.
You're right.
So Chris said that this package was enough to make
Bitter.
So
Really
just-
bitter.
It's a lingering bitterness.
Chocolate and cocoa powder, a little bit of salt. We're gonna let it melt down.
Their first pairing is Lancaster Brewing's Milk Stout with a chocolate donut. The chocolate qualities of the stout's roasted malts should go well with the chocolate glaze.
So I think a milk stout's a great choice to use in a donut.
We're gonna add some confectioner sugar, and it'll help it set on the donut.
It smells fantastic.
You can smell the fermentation from the beer. It's awesome.
Homer Simpson would be excited. He's a connoisseur of both of those things.
This glaze is going to go perfectly on some of Federal's secretly spiced cake donuts.
Upside down, right in. Let's give it a nice dip. Dip it down, and then another twist.
We've got this amazing chocolate beer glaze that we've just... What have you done?
It's a special one.
Yeah,
It's
he likes to double dip.
double dipped.
Double dip.
We're gonna add some cherry glaze. Drizzle that on and make a chocolate cherry donut. We used some cherry puree. What do you think?
It's delicious. It's just going to really help us tie in with the beer. The beer's got some cherry, some raisins, some plum notes in there.
Cross pattern.
We can taste the beer alongside the donut. This is absolutely delicious. You get the chocolate, you get the beer and the sauce, the cherry glaze just ties it all off. The bitterness at the back end of the beer just cleanses your palate and makes you ready for the next bite.
I think it's great.
Well, we have some soy sauce that's been barrel aged in the maple barrels as well.
So you're getting the bourbon flavor coming through, but also some of the maple syrup.
Right.
Usually I have to use a fork.
Do you?
Yeah. Come here. I've never tasted anything like that in my life. Massively salty, but then it's balanced with that sweetness from the maple syrup. And then you're getting little hints of bourbon in there as well. Unbelievable. Never tasted anything like that, ever. This bottle here is going straight back to Scotland.